Welcome to This Week with Old Sarge. This week, taking you back in time, way back in time to my first time at the Hope Station. Shout out to you guys working that 2 to midnight shift. The sun has gone down hours before it is dark. Boy, is it dark. There's a lot of areas of that interstate in the Hope Station's area. Ain't no doggone lights, ain't no street lights. Look out either side of the interstate, you don't see any house lights. Most of it is just gone to nature. Wild and woolly. Ain't no lights to be seen anywhere. I'm out there patrolling, and my assistant coach trained me way back when. Doggone smart fella. He's made himself a motor vehicle stop. He's got the plain view of the doggone drugs. He has security evidence, and he's calling for backup. I'm his backup. I put the spurs to her, head out west, pounding, putting a cold to her. Up in the distance, I see his emergency lights. Hit mine on, pull over there, let dispatch know I'm out. Jump up there and see what he's got. Now, normally, when you're up to no good in your vehicle, and you're out there driving around, and all of a sudden those emergency lights come on behind you, and you're hoping it's not for you. You're hoping maybe it's something else, anything else. But all of a sudden that spotlight comes on, and it gets shined right in your back window. And it's going whoop, whoop, over to the right. You know you've been got. But now what you do, everybody, quick, hit the windows down. Clean up a little bit without looking like you're moving around too much. Don't want to, don't want to cause any, concern here, above just a motor vehicle stop. Do the best you can to kind of clean things up a little bit. But the front passenger did not do a good job. He's got the doggone drugs laying right there on his shoulder. Thought you threw it away, and you didn't throw it away. You threw it onto yourself. So my assistant coach goes up there, makes his approach. Plain view, grabs her right off the front passenger. Tells the two fellas in front, put both your hands up on the dashboard, don't move them. Kind of back, put your hands on the seat back of the front passenger. And keep them there, don't move. Calls for backup, I have arrived. He says, I got the plain view evidence right here. Here's the plan. I'm going to take them out of the car one at a time. I'm going to search them. Then we're going to put them on the guide rail. And I want you to keep track of the other two while I'm searching. It's his case. He's going to do all the searching and all that. As per case law, he can search inside of that vehicle at that time. Now, case law keeps changing. Flipping back and forth, back and forth, back and forth like a doggone pinball inside a pinball machine. But at the time, that's the way it was. So, we have communicated. We have come up with a plan to keep everybody safe, keep the whole scene safe. Everything's going to work smooth. Done this before. Need to verbalize. Make sure you got a good plan. So, get guy number one out. Take your shoes off. Get the search done on him, put the cuffs on him, set him right there on the guide rail. Don't move. Do the same thing with the other two. Got 3 guys sitting on the guide rail. I'm watching the guys on the guide rail, looking right at them. My assistant coach, he's going inside the car, passenger compartment, doing his search. So, got to keep 3 guys a little bit busy on the guide rail. Might want to start chatting them up just a little bit. Talking about inconsequential things have nothing to do with any possible case that's going on here. Keep their mind busy. They can't think of 2 things at once, which the other thing will be running off with cuffs on. Don't want that to happen. So, here's what we got. I'm chatting these guys up a little bit, and I notice this one guy in the middle, he keeps looking over his shoulder. looking at all that wilderness out behind him there. Can't get a real good look out of the corner of his eye, though. And I finally said, look, I said, you go ahead, you turn yourself around and look real good behind you, and you tell me if you see anything. And he's like, what? Well, I won't. Yeah, you were. Looking at the doggone registration plate. They from the big city, and they dress like the big city, all spiffied up. And I said, go ahead. Turn your head around real good and take a look behind you. Take a real good look behind you. I said, you see anything back here? Ain't a doggone light to be seen. Whole thing out there is doggone swamps and mosquitoes and snakes and bears. I said, bramble bushes, stickers. I said, you take off running, you're going to wish you hadn't, because you are not going to be very happy. In fact, if you can find a phone within an hour of you taking off running here, you'll be calling me, begging me to come pick you up. You're going to be so unhappy. In the worst case, you're going to run into some farmer out there in this big rural area, hear you scratching around outside and take a shot at you with his shotgun. So why don't you just sit there and relax and don't be foolish. He takes that look around and he just drops his head down. So you got to do. Got to communicate with people. Little lesson in that. Coach finds everything else. Get everybody packed up in the old troop cars, heading back to the station. Charge everybody up on the old green sheet, give them their copy. Here's your court date. Be there. Communicate. Got to communicate with people. Communication happens when everybody understands exactly what's going on. So, shout out section this week to all my B troopers out there doing the JOB. We appreciate what you're doing, holding true to your oath, doing things the right way the first time, every time without fail. We appreciate what you're doing out there to keep us safe, so thank you. Thank you very much. Military, appreciate what you're doing out there. Standing that post, holding that line, at home and overseas. Doing stuff we don't even know about to keep us safe, so thank you. Thank you very much. So till next week, me and Christmas Pig, bye now.